So how do we monitor the implementation of your strategy? The first consideration of any monitoring is the frequency of this activity. Typically, you should monitor the performance of your organisational strategy on a monthly basis. However, it is not uncommon for larger organisations to hold monitoring meetings quarterly. It is a responsibility of the chief executive or business owner to ensure that each department carries out its strategic tasks and activities on schedule. In other words, implement the objectives and the action plans that they have been given. A strategic review committee should be set up to monitor the progress of the objectives. And in this case, I would probably really just focus on the objectives. Let the action plans be just driven down by the staff. But really, this is a key area to monitor the objectives of the Strategic Review Committee. The Strategic Review Committee should be made up of key staff within the organisation and potential board members. They should meet once every month or once every 3 months and to identify the objectives that have been set to get an update on the progress in terms of implementation. Before you hold your strategic review monitoring meetings, each department and department head should complete a review of the work completed to date on each of their objectives and forward that to the chief executive. Maybe this document could be put on a shared drive so that other people who are the objective owners can update the RAG column. So this should be conducted a few weeks before the Strategic Review Committee meet. And in this review, the department heads is required to indicate, in essence, how am I doing on each of my objectives by indicating red, amber, green, and putting some basic words in that outlines the progress made or otherwise within that box. Before the monitoring meetings, the chief executive or business owner should be kept abreast of progress from the department heads for reporting to the board. The CEO should be asking some of the following questions. Are the objectives and action plans being achieved on time and on target? If not, why not? Based on current progress, will the objective and action plans be achieved within the set time frame? If not, why not? Should the timelines for the objectives and action plans be changed? And if so, why? Give a good reason. Should the KPIs and the measures be changed? And if so, why? And it must be a good reason to change it. Should new action plans be considered and developed to achieve your objectives? Maybe you've missed some tasks out. Should we allocate a new person to be responsible for completing the action plans? Maybe somebody has left, or maybe the role has been disbanded. Does the responsible person have the adequate resources to achieve the objectives and action plans? And are we on target budget-wise? To ensure that your monitoring meetings are effective, they should be strictly for discussing strategy and should not include discussions on other matters or be it another agenda item as part of maybe another meeting. Monitoring should be focused mainly on the objectives under each goal, with the RAG, red, amber, green column updated with words outlining the progress made under each objective. The CEO can elaborate additionally on any findings when they're reporting to the board with regard to trends, recommendations, or any urgent actions required by the board and management. So we have provided an objectives template that you can download. This template outlines on the first column to the left-hand side what is the objective and be as specific as possible. Responsibility. This will be one person. They may not do all the objective, but they are responsible for the objective. So they may have a team around them, but they've got overall accountability. There will be a completion date, for example, the 31st of December 2026. There will be a clear measurement or KPI, key performance indicator, something that you can measure. There will be a budget that will be put through, and this will be identified during the budget phase. And then the last column is the RAG column for red, amber, green. Red, it isn't going to happen. Amber, we're a bit behind. Green, we're on schedule. And we would suggest that you put a number of basic words into each objective under the RAG column that outlines the progress that you have made for that objective. And you'll do this for each objective under all of the goals.